Hello, everyone. This is Nicole Johnson Star with the PTSD Retreat Radio Talk Show. Have you been wondering where we've gone, why it seems like all of a sudden everything has stopped? I get to admit there has been a lot of really big things going on our way. I get to make this official since I've been talking about it on the side with a couple people, and now things are just growing out of proportion, so I better share what's going on. Over the last 2 months, what was only going to be, 17 retreats this year has now turned to 29 different retreats. This year has just blown up. We are booked all the way through to November now on our retreats. Now, we still have spaces, of course, to make new retreats, but I get to admit this has been amazing this year. We now have our fundraiser on GoFundMe.com/the PTSD Retreat, where it says we get to raise $168,000 this year for all our retreats. But that gets to change because we added another 10 retreats just the other day. So we're well over $200,000 this year that we need to raise for our retreats. And as you can hear, I am extremely tired because days have started at early morning and going until about now, which is when I get to go to sleep, and I'm still far behind. And even with our help with Kathy watching things on Facebook and copying things over for Laura to put on the web page, and Eric working on maintaining the IT portion of the web page, which, by the way, this is a very public thank you because some organizations have looked at our web page, www.theptsdretreat.org, and said we have the words were astounding, amazing, anyway, along those lines. There's quite a few adjectives used for describing the page, and that if you're looking for a good page and you don't want to spend $1 million to do so, I suggest you go with Chia Web and just let them know the PTSD Retreat sent you. It's not going to do anything for me, but it will definitely. I mean, he'll know where it's coming from, and that's important. So, but I get to, let me change that. Just let him know. Hopefully it will do something for the PTSD retreat in the long run. So I'll just put it that way. But right now, it's just, hey, letting him know. But because we want to help more veterans. But anywho, back to this. We've got new retreats. We're looking at way over $200,000 for this year's retreats, which we get to raise money for. So again, GoFundMe.com/the PTSD Retreat. We're looking for donations there, or you can just go to the webpage, theptsdretreat.org. Again, that's www.theptsdretreat.org. And just hit the donate button. And we've got fundraisers on our page. You can go to the PTSD Retreat Facebook page and click in the photos section of how you can donate and or support us, and you can actually look on there and you'll see the different things that are going on. Includes a jamboree, berry nails event, a pampered chef event, coyote ugly spoons. Now, just so you know, when you think of that, just let go of all preconceived notions, because what you get is absolutely gorgeous fishing spoons, and they are no way ugly at all. They're absolutely stunning, and the one that's made directly for the PTSD retreat is fantastic, and I suggest that you go to coyoteugly-spoons.com and order your own. They're only $7.50, but 100% of the proceeds actually come to the PTSD retreat. With the Pampered Chef fundraiser. We get 15% of all the sales through there, through that show. And then with Jamboree, I believe it's 40%. And I get to thank Lisa Gelston and Megan Smith. Lisa Gelston is the Pampered Chef consultant, and I get to tell you, she's not just a Pampered Chef consultant. This relationship has spanned many, many years and a few decades. Lisa was my third grade best friend and is still a best friend that I'll have in my life forever. And I'm so grateful for her being willing to do this. I don't know about you guys, but it's easier to talk to those who are not family than it is to talk to family about supporting. And when at least in my family, and Lisa just jumped forward. Matter of fact, she was begging to do this, a while back, and I just got so busy. And now she's just doing it. So I get to say thank you so much to Lisa for all these years of friendship. And Megan Smith she saw we had a need, and she goes, look, this is what I can do. And she stepped forward, and you guys, I get to tell you, I appreciate it. She ran with it. She created the event, and it's now running. And she is amazing. So thanks again to Megan Smith and, of course, Lisa Gelston. And Coyote Ugly Spoons, again, 100% of the profit comes to us, you guys. Please if you know someone who's a fisherman, or if you just want a keychain that looks really, really cool, because this makes an awesome keychain, just take off the hook, because I can vouch for the fact that the hook is pretty sharp, because don't ask. I'll just call it a Murphy moment, because I still have the pricks in my leg. But let's just say I'm not an average fisherman yet. But if you know anyone that fishes, or you want to make a keychain, or you know a store that's run locally owned, or even nationwide, store that has fishing lures and all sorts of fishing stuff, because I'm not even up on the verbiage that you use for that. But if you do, please buy one of these and give it to that store so they can purchase their own and stock it there, because again, all 100% of this comes to the PTSD retreat. And we get to thank Wolf Amosa with the Coyote Ugly Spoons, along with Tina Downs, who's stayed on top of me to make sure you get information about the PTSD retreat every single time you order one of these. So to those two, thank you so much with Coyote Ugly Spoons. And again, it's $7.50 for a Coyote Ugly Spoon, fishing spoons, you guys, and they're not ugly at all. But I howl for my ugly spoon, which is not ugly. So, haha. Anyway, so we've been, as you can see, we've been working to raise funding. We've got 3 weeks to raise $20,000 left that we need to do the Toledo racing retreat, and that is going to be fantastic. We have the redneck retreats coming up, and you guys, just the name alone will give you an idea, but that idea won't even come close to the reality. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm so tired. But and then let's see, we have a new PR. We're working to get this PR stuff all covered, and we have a guy that's working on that. And goodness gracious, there's just so much. And we have new positions now for individuals who want to be fundraisers. If you want to be a fundraiser, it is worth your while. And we will definitely be happy to take you on. And for those who are show initiative, the opportunities for moving up obviously are there's no limits, because obviously there's a limit, but there you got a long way to get to that, but it's quick and it's fast and you can do it, because we need help, and you guys can do this, because many of you guys have more experience than I do in raising money, because in my family we just didn't do that as a kid. You didn't go asking people to support stuff. That was just not how it's done. And now I'm regretting that. And so hopefully your expertise will be what helps us to reach our goal. And I get to tell you, I'm fully committed to this, and I know that our goal is being reached in this moment. So we have a lot of veterans we get to support this year, and more to come. We even have a veteran that's asked us to create a retreat that goes back to Vietnam. Yeah, taking Vietnam veterans back to their place of trauma to create healing. And I get to tell you that just rocks my socks. But let me tell you what I was going to tell you. We're also creating die-cast cars. Now, these are the cars, racing cars by our buddy Joel Willman, who is our sponsor, our spokesperson for the PTSD retreat in the NASCAR and ARCA series. And things have been changing since he's come on our team. I mean, people are coming forward. He's making connections. This guy is out every single day. He's not just a pretty face. And I don't think I'd use the word pretty to describe him, though I'm sure others have. But I think because I like my life and because I like the fact that I'm staying married alive to my husband, I don't want his wonderful loved one to get me for that one, because she's a strong woman. She puts up with him every day, keeps him in line. Anyway, I'm kidding. Anyway, Joel is just going out there and working his butt off to make sure things happen. And this is amazing, and it's been an awesome having him as a part of our team. And we want to fully support him as well. So he's also a veteran, and he's chosen to move on from the military into racing, and to use the racing platform as his way of bringing awareness to PTSD, to veterans around the world, and to anyone struggling with post-traumatic stress or autism, diabetes, etc. And I'm telling you, he wears his heart on his sleeve, his back, his car. I mean, everybody knows where he stands, and that's what I like about him most. You can learn more about Joel at joelwomenracing.com. What else? We've got being asked to start filming things, and I get to admit I'm floored by all the things that are coming forward. And this year is going to be a huge growing year, and maybe one day we'll be able to rival some of the bigger organizations, and instead of it going towards, I'd like to keep this organization as volunteer as possible, or everything as volunteer, so all the money goes towards, taking care of our veterans, and minimum goes to keeping us running. But so you guys, tonight it's not really about it being a show. It's about letting you guys know where we are and why you haven't seen very much. The Blog Talk Radio is also where we're doing shows. We got Mark LaFrancis, Andy LaPointe, Bob Calvert, myself, and Bill, and just the Talking with Heroes team is growing, and we're going places. As a matter of fact, this coming week we've got the honor flight coming into D.C., where Mark LaFrancis will actually be on the plane with an honoree from World War II, one of the first ladies in the military for World War II. And it's going to be amazing stories, and I'll be on the back end catching them with the stills. And we've got leaving on Sunday to go up to Michigan. If you guys are in the Michigan area, I will be staying at the Pinestead Reef Resort. And I would love to be able to invite any veterans that's in the area. Now it's going to be first come, first serve. And if what I used to do when I was brand new in the Air Force, and I would actually have parties at my place. Not rowdy, crazy parties, but each person would come with a food item, and we would create a meal all together. I'd have something, and so would everybody else, and we'd all create a meal together. I would love to do that here with the veterans in that area. So if you're in the Michigan area, in the Traverse City area, please give me a call. We will be there from Sunday night until Wednesday. There's a big job fair going on in there, and if in Traverse City, and if you're interested, you definitely want to be there because there's going to be some great opportunities available to you while there. So there'll be more coming out on that soon, but I will be there, and you are more than welcome to come joining me for dinner. We'll also be in Wisconsin. Where else? We've got Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana. Of course, Maryland's always on there. Virginia. We were asked to come to Arkansas. I'm not sure that's going to work, but we'll see. And we'll be in Colorado Springs as well, and possibly Utah if we can swing it in there. But during that time, we'll be visiting soldiers and teaching them about PTSD from a totally different standpoint. You guys, I promise, it's not death by PowerPoint. So there's a lot of things coming up and a lot of things that are just in the works and planning and getting the funding for. So and we're working to get Talladega. So anyway, that's everything, and I look forward to talking to each of you guys in the near future. And no, you can call us on the blogtalkradio.com /Talking with Heroes number 1. It says Talking with Heroes 1. The telephone number for that program is 646 414-3462, and you just hit 1. And when we have shows on there, just call in, let them know that you're calling in because you wanted to say hi and shout out to the troops. And we have individuals all over Afghanistan and around the world listening that are our American troops, and we also have others that are listening as well. And please pass that on. And goodness gracious, what else is going on? There's just so many things. We have a new acting retreat with Christina Weiler. She's an actress and a producer of documentaries. She's voiceovers, and this woman has asked to be, a part of this. And I get to tell you, I love her so much. I met her while speaking over at the symposium in Florida. At the Nova University out there, Nova Southeastern University, when we spoke Wounds of War. Amazing symposium, which we're hoping that they'll repeat next year. But I met her there, and she came forward and said, hey, this is what I want to do, and I want to serve our veterans and those struggling with PTSD. I said, okay, let's make it happen. And she has been persistent and is determined to make this happen, and it will be happening not only in Miami, but Florida, but also in New York. So watch for information about that. Our skydive retreats are still ongoing over in North Carolina. Farming retreats will be in Michigan and Tennessee. Fishing retreats out of Wisconsin, and an entirely different fishing retreat, kind of redneck style. Yeah, it's just one of the many retreats that'll be coming out of Mississippi and Louisiana. I'll just put it that way. Lots of different things. And I laugh each time just because if you guys heard about my partners that with this, it's Home for Heroes with Mark and Jim Bob. And everything that you can think of that goes along with Jim Bob, that's him, including the big heart and the can-do attitude. Nothing holds him back. And Home for Heroes is a new organization that's going to be nationwide, serving veterans as they, for whatever their needs are. Nothing holds them back, and there's not going to be any obstacles. And as I've said before, no, there are no obstacles but that which we create ourselves. And this is another great retreat. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm wondering what I've forgotten, because I know I've forgotten many, many things. But racing, scuba diving. Oh, scuba diving. Scuba diving retreat. That's coming up. We got relaxation retreats coming up, Bahama style. And we're looking at doing cruises as well. So there's a lot, you guys, and you want to get your information in now. And if you're interested in going on our retreats, please contact us through the PTSD Retreat webpage, which is www.theptsdretreat.org, and fill out the contact form giving us your information, and we'll call you back. Do not be surprised if it takes some time, because we are back to back. And of course, all of this does not happen without funding. So, and also let me let you know what Kevin Lake is up to. Kevin Lake is working on a new book. And this book, and I think he's in the middle of 2 books now then, this book, it's going to be a true story with a bit of fiction, but it's based on another soldier's true story. And when that book comes out, you really want to get it. And I really hope he actually puts more money onto it, because it's worth it. This story is actually going to blow your mind. And that's what Kevin's been up to. And you know, Kevin's writing 1,000 words a day, and he's reading 50 pages a day, and he's making 50 contacts a day. Kevin is constantly doing, and on top of that, he's reaching out to others, and he's there for soldiers and other individuals who are struggling with their own, they're just struggling, and he's there for them as a battle buddy should be, and deserves to be. Excuse me, not should, because I don't shit all over myself, but I said should. Not with the T. Kevin is just out there working his butt off, and you deserve to know that that's where he's at, and I'm grateful to all the time that he gave to us. Let's see. We're planning a trip to Afghanistan and to the UK for the year. To work with the British veterans who've been our allies and didn't even hesitate when we've had things. They've been there for us as well. And just so much to come. So I'm keeping this short because I'm rambling and I'm tired. And to all our veterans around the world, and to all those who, even if they're not military, who are struggling with PTSD, know that we appreciate you. You're not forgotten. And you deserve to get the assistance, because you deserve to be you again, to be able to live and not be a prisoner of your own mind. And I am so honored to be here for you guys, working, and our team is growing, and they're amazing people. Michael, Kyle, Kathy, Laura, Diane, Bob, David, Michael, another Michael, Larry, Dawn. Goodness gracious, our team's grown a lot. Each of these folks are here for you. Kevin, they're all here for you. We all are, each one of us. And it is our honor to be here for you. And Pam and Jim and Cece, and Tim, to all of you guys, thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for having the courage to continue. And thank you so much for just continuing to be you. All right. To everyone, thank you. This has been Nicole Johnson Starr with the PTSD Retreat Radio Talk Show. Good night, all.